The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Off and running on a Thursday. How are you guys? Welcome into the latest episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, the Book, Matt Perrault, the Bostonian. We are live on YouTube at Boston versus the Book. More on your comments here in just 1 second. We appreciate you guys writing the comments and hitting the like button, and it's picked up some steam here in late May. We appreciate that. We're live on X, Twitter as well, on both my account at Sports Talk Matt and on Boston versus the Book at Boston versus the Book. We are
on mine now too.
Yours too?
I just tweeted it.
Oh,
yeah, we're live everywhere.
Here we go. At Sports Grid TV. Replay every night, late night. You'll catch Dave there later on tonight. We'll be back to Dave and I both back tomorrow. Friday nights with us on Sports Grid TV. After a roll call Friday tomorrow, we are also replayed on Sirius XM channel 159 for you truck drivers late night driving around. We appreciate you guys listening and being a part of the Brigade. We do acknowledge you guys. And the hat you are wearing, Dave, is, well, it's not yours.
It is not.
It's going to be a gift.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
How are you on this Thursday?
Good. Welcome, everybody. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. 62.5 yesterday for likes was the number before the show. We went over the total. Thank you guys very much for coming in, hitting the button, hitting the go, telling somebody show's going, show's growing every single day. This hat, we ran into our guy Porter down at the joint at Circa where we signed up some from Hawaii. That was so much fun.
That was really neat.
That was great.
Elsa from Hawaii, her and her husband Rob came on in. Appreciate her watching the show. She says she watches the show and she wanted to use us. So we appreciate that. We'll have more on the Brigade proxy service later on the show, but it's fun to get down there. The energy, I got to say, like, you and I have had some crazy ideas in the past and we've done some dumb things in the past, but one of our better ideas, I think, just because it's fun to be in the book in the summer and it's fun to kind of see that march towards football, and it gets something, it's something to talk about. It's something to see. It's something to do. It's cool. I mean, it really
first freeze, Matt, that face, snap your fingers, come back. Okay,
back?
You're good.
We're back. Sorry. I don't know
That's
what's
all right.
going on. It's lunchtime. So so it's fun to be there. It's fun to be down at Circa. It's fun to see the energy. It's going up. Yeah. 8-4 Ferens. That's true. SoCal Social Giants wearing this was another gift from the Brigade from Chicago. So I'm running through all the gifted hats you guys gave us when we saw you guys in Chicago. So that's I don't know. What would you call that hat, Dave? Is that a Seahawks retro? Is that a Whalers hat? Retro Mavs or what? Mavs?
So it's that, like, I don't know, mint green, lime green. I don't know.
I see Seahawks. That's what I see.
It would work for Seahawks.
Yeah.
It would work for those T-Wolves uniforms, those throwback T-Wolves, or what? They're not really throwbacks. They're just retros. I don't know what they are. But yeah, go Seahawks. TP, are you with me? ? I have not had a chance to go over all of that stuff that you sent. I appreciate that. But thank you for doing that. Yeah, this could be Seahawks. It's a little off for Mariners. I have a Mariners model that's a little more in tune with the Mariners, but I like the Mariners today for baseball.
For Roger Long, that's a pure cash stacks hat.
That's what Porter said. He said it's cash money. I need the green. I need that. That's that. Listen, we're experimenting with some stuff, and our guy Corbin came up with this one along with Porter. I'm going to get it in Porter's hands. And again, just send a text, 702-570-TALK, 702-570-8255. If you want a hat, dream it up. The kid's working overtime.
He is
today. I also delivered some hats to Circa. the other part of our meeting yesterday,
Yes,
we got to sit with Tyler.
we did.
Had a little lunch with Tyler.
It was nice.
Tyler's here playing poker.
Oh, bet
And
smart
guess what
action.
hat Tyler's going to wear at the poker table
Oh,
the rest of the week?
really?
Yeah.
I like
Tyler
it.
got his own
So you made
BvB.
2 White Sox model hats yesterday?
White Sox model hats. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Brandon
wanna
got
say-
his. Totka got his. and
Everybody
Tyler.
loves talking about berries, and berries is a tremendous meal.
Yeah.
But dollar for dollar, 8 East is maybe the best lunch spot in Vegas.
Tremendous.
Really, it's a
Tremendous.
it's a really good lunch for 3 people. It's not that expensive. It was basically about $30 a head
Man.
lunch. And the food is just out bleeping standing. I want more of the lamb chops. I was like, I woke up this morning. I was like, I want more of those lamb chops. Those things were phenomenal. Like, well, that was a good meal. You're coming to Vegas, go to Circa. 80s gets slept on a little bit too much. That place is tremendous. That's no ad, nothing. This, you're right, Joe. That's the brisket fried rice place. Yes.
That's it.
Yes. Brisket
That's
fried
it.
rice. It is just for
And
all.
we don't need no excuses to go there because, like, if you meet us down there and sign up and you're hungry, we got time. Guess where we're
Let's
going to go to lunch?
We're going up.
It's right upstairs. We're going to go to 80s.
That's no sponsor. That's not an ad. That's just
Nope.
straight, like,
That's just
legit.
us go hang out.
Yeah, this is legit eat going. And Victory Burger is good. Jimmy Jack, I'll give you that. Victory Burger is good, but I don't see Victory Burger being like distinctively good. Like, there's a lot of burger places in Vegas. It's a good burger, and so having a good burger, good shake, good wings, like it's theirs, but it doesn't like stand out. 8 East, their menu is unique. They've got some just tremendous things on that menu. They're really, really good. Pork belly, the brisket fried rice, the wings, the dumplings. There's just a lot of really good stuff there. It's really, really good food. So free ad for them there on that. Okay. Yesterday, a lot of not fallout, but questions and comments about Chris Groves' interview. They came in yesterday talking. You can watch the entire interview. I didn't realize he was a 30-minute interview. Like, that's how
Almost
great
30 full. Yep.
long. I mean, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yep.
To keep him, and we weren't planning on keeping him that long, but I think the interview just was really interesting, and we covered a lot of ground with him about sports gambling, the business. The thing that I got the most, I wouldn't say questions, blowback, whatever, but I'm curious, do you agree that sports betting is seen in a negative light around the country? That comment has seemed to resonate with people going, well, that's a pessimistic view of looking at sports gambling, that it's 2 years. He called it a 2-year march with negative connotations and coverage of sports betting.
It's been kind of negative for 30 years. Like, I couldn't tell anybody that I was like down in Curacao when I was down in Curacao. I couldn't tell anybody that I was doing that stuff. It was like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, working for a guy, so.
But you were in the offshore market. Like, I understand the offshore market being shunned or the offshore market being looked down upon because you're doing something outside the parameters of the U.S. government with U.S. citizens. And we'll talk more about a story involving Michigan in a second. But this is legal sports betting that's being looked down upon, according to Chris.
Oh, I know. It's not just because it's legal or illegal. It's because it's gambling. Gambling has a negative connotation for a lot of people.
It does?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So does alcohol have a negative connotation?
For some people, extremely, yes. But
That's
I
what I
think
mean.
it's way
But, like,
more extreme.
But, like, there's problem gamblers. There's absolutely no debating it. And there's alcoholics. And there's people that can't break away from a mental addiction to cannabis. And there's people who have a physical addiction to cocaine. Like, it's interesting to hear, like, so only the negative gets talked about with sports gambling. Like, alcohol gets celebrated as the best party thing ever, and you can spend $94,000 on 2 bottles of liquor going to the EDC concert, and no one's going to talk about that. But sports betting gets looked down upon. I have a hard time with that. Of going like, what do you mean it's looked down upon?
I think that's a different lens for people that have been in the business. Chris has been around it a long time with the poker and the sports and everything else. I think it's just a different lens. You're looking through it through a different lens. You've been able to have opportunity. Gambling Twitter's the most negative cesspool of crap that there is.
Positive. Yeah, that's true.
Right. That's great, JPC. I mean, it's not. It's
But
a
like,
very,
is what you're talking
egotistical
about
place.
that like people are tired of the advertisements? They're tired of seeing the billboards. They're
They are.
tired of the inundation with emails and everything else. Is that why it's been negative? Because that's not so much negativity around the act of betting. That's negativity around the industry's desire to advertise everywhere.
Give me the positive. What's the positive of sports betting?
The positive sports betting is, well, I mean, there's two things. One, it makes a game a lot more fun. And two, it keeps you interested in a game for far longer.
Okay. I forgot what you said first because it was so blah. Like, how do you sell that if you're the media?
Easy. They do it all the time. I sold it. Everyone sells it. Everyone sells it. People are more intrigued by a game when they have $5 on it. It's a fact. They've done study after study. You put $5 on a game, someone is far more interested in watching said game than when they don't have money on it.
Okay.
It's the spice.
It's the spice.
It's the added little
We've
extra.
seen videos from people this week. 99.5% of people lose.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Is that positive?
Well, okay. So alcohol.
I mean,
is,
does it
alcohol,
change?
Alcohol is poison. Alcohol is
Alcohol is poison.
There is no health benefit to drinking alcohol. It is one of the few substances on earth that we have created.
Red wine is good for you.
Nope. It's still negative. It has the negatives far. That's been disproven about wine being good for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really good for
Helps
you.
your circulation.
Yeah, it's not really good for you. Okay. Alcohol is bad. Alcohol is poison, but we celebrate alcohol all the time. Alcohol is
There's
used,
a lot of people
pushed.
that don't drink.
That's a small minor of people. And there's
I
way
think
more,
it's more than you think. There's
people
way
who,
less people that gamble than drink.
way less people that gamble that drink. What do you mean gamble? All gambling or just sports
Gamble,
betting?
period.
Whoa. What do you have to do to be considered a gambler?
Gamble.
Like once? Twice? Like what
do you have to
what
do
makes
to
you a
be
gambler?
considered to have a drink? Is just having one drink?
Well, yeah, any
I
alcohol.
mean, I don't know how to measure it.
There's
That's
no
what I'm
benefit.
saying.
Like sports betting, there's an entertainment factor that you're paying. So like what's the benefit from a bet?
You have entertainment in the game.
Correct, but when you bet, you get the entertainment. Like you pay $5, you're more entertained, you're watching the game, you're breaking it down, you're having fun with your buddies.
Right.
It's a fun activity.
It's not a social activity.
I
mean,
it's not
if
a
you
social
get together
activity.
and stuff, it is.
Right.
I mean, we make it social by bringing
I think a
in
book
a
is
community
social.
of people.
I think a sports book is a social environment.
Go sit in there on Sundays. Where do
I
you like
have.
to watch the football games?
I hate it. I hate being around people though. I'm not the audience.
Oh, you're not the audience.
No, I'm not the audience.
It's like that more, perception wise. It's like that more.
Yeah, but I don't think
than
I don't look at
communal
sports
experience.
betting as being negative. I think there are negative results that happen from sports betting, but the act of placing a sports wager, I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's a negative thing to place a bet. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think that you're
but
having problems if you
some
place one
people-
bet.
Some people go, "Oh, they're a gambler." Oh, like it's a hard spin. I write the story times from the book, and people love it.
Right.
Those are positive most of the time. I try to keep everything I do positive in life.
Right.
But it's very hard to do in this industry when someone's looking to take your lunch, your dinner, and your dessert on the other side
but
of the
alcohol,
counter.
you don't get anything from alcohol besides getting drunk and loopy and feeling good. There's no like benefit the next day from it. There's no like, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping your overall body by doing it, by having a beer. Like
they've had able to advertise alcohol for decades.
Right. And
they haven't been able to advertise sports betting publicly like this. It's so in your face that I think people go,
I would agree, but that's
hold
not,
on, I don't need this.
Is that the negativity? I guess that's my point. Like if advertising was banned, not going to, but if it was, right, and you couldn't like hard alcohol for the better part of 20 years you couldn't see like a Jim Beam ad on TV.
Right.
They pulled that back, but for a long time you couldn't do that.
Right.
If we stopped advertising sports betting, does it all of a sudden get thought of in a positive light?
I think the negative comes down. Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
I think you slow the gear down. I don't know if it just flips back to, Oh, look at this. You can lose your mortgage payment. Oh, like the spin is so easy negative. The spin positive is tough. But that's been since the beginning of time. Bookies weren't thought of as good people in the neighborhood. You had to kind of do it cloak and dagger. You had to be like everybody's friend. But meanwhile, you rooted against every person that you took bets from.
Is the bookie a negative connotation because of how you must collect? Because going there and booking with the guy or betting with the guy, it's not negative when you have to go and pay. If he doesn't pay you, that's negative, obviously. But like if you go and win and you get paid, I don't think it's negative. The negativity comes on Tuesday when the knock on the door comes and you owe the guy more than you have.
The whole business was until 5 years ago illegal.
Right.
You had to operate in the dark.
Is it? Tyler says it's less negative than it used to be.
Well, it's becoming more mainstream than ever now.
Right. That's the comment that people, that's why people's comment, Chris Grove's comment on the show yesterday, when he said it's been a steady march of 2 years of negative coverage of sports betting and the industry not being on the front foot, able to fight back or explain what the industry is doing in a positive way. And people were like, I got DMs, people going like, wait a minute. Only 2 years? Like that would mean like this is a problem with the legal market, not the illegal market. We know about the illegality. Yeah. Well, again, Michigan did something today to Bovada that was pretty wild.
Right.
But like the illegality of it, yes, that's negative. A local bookie, that's illegal. Yes, that's negative. This is the legal market we're talking about having a negative light.
Well, are they making the product better?
Well,
they earned every single bit of publicity they're getting. They've resorted to now starting their own networks and starting to really have to control the message. And how can you sell a same game parlay?
Interesting point from Tyler.
Try telling people you're a professional poker player and gambler in 2003 versus 2024, night and day reaction. Now, I used to just tell people I was in finance. I was in sales. I was in sales. That's what I was in for the longest time. I mean, when I was in Vegas, I was in sales. What do you mean you work at a sports book? What does that mean? Take bets. You what? Yeah, an illegal bookie. Oh. I remember the one softball coach that we went to California, and her dad was a cop in LA. And he's like, what did you do again? And I told him, and he goes, that's a skill? I said, I think so. I'm good at it, And it was, the perception is, it's not just because it was illegal. It's because it's gambling.
Oh, for sure. I mean, look, I went through it this weekend. I mean, Amanda's dad had a million questions for me. It was awesome.
Right.
He was like, what do you do again? I explained it. He's like, how much money have you lost in 2024?
Right.
I explained. How much money have you won in 2024?
Yeah.
Told him. What's your biggest win? Told him. What's your biggest loss? Told him. He's like, all right, that all seems reasonable. He's like, do you like it? I was like, I love it.
Right.
He was like, so like you're like a media guy who gets to bet because you're in betting. I said, yeah. He said, oh, okay. That makes more sense. I thought you were a professional gambler. I was like, I'm not a professional gambler.
Professional gamblers got 6 side businesses and side hustles.
But they don't tell you that, though.
Well, no, of course not. That's you have to have outs.
Can't tell the truth. Can't tell what's going on. So we'll go back to that in a little bit later on in the program. What happened last night? The Oilers scored 5 straight goals to win Game 4, 5-2. I was on the Oilers. I thought down 2-0. Sometimes I just I'm having a good week. Or a good month. I should have just doubled down because I was getting really good plus money. And I was like, man, I laid 135 going into the game. And now I'm getting like plus 200, plus 250 in game when they're down 2-0. And if they scored the next goal, this whole thing could flip. And they did. It went 2-1 and then it was gone. And then all the value was gone. I was like, you son. But then what's it say about the Stars here? They blow a 2-0 lead and they really could have had this. This thing's over. They win. Yes, they win last night. Series over. Now they're in a fight.
Both series are going 7 games at this point.
Feels like
what it looks like.
Right.
I'm texting with Jack about tonight. And I said, look, I know the basketball game's on. I'm not watching it. I'm watching the Rangers. So you can let Joe handle that stuff. I don't care who you book. Get the guests, whatever you want. I'm talking hockey. I'm watching hockey the whole time. Rob Rossi, who's been writing for The Athletic for the Penguins for a long time, had a tweet yesterday. It said, I can't remember a year where we're this deep into the playoffs and into the conference finals, and there's not a clear favorite to win the Stanley Cup. That's what last night told me.
Fair.
It turned so damn fast. And then Edmonton kept it away. Like,
I mean, Guppy was doing victory laps on Twitter. Guppy was he was like, we're kicking the hell out of the Oilers. We're ripping them up and down, domination. He's tweeting all these different WWE memes. I'm like, damn, they're really going to roll their way to the finals. This is a cup final team. And then what happens?
You got to be so, like, at any point in a game, that can happen. You got to get a 3-goal lead to really maybe ice it. And even then you say maybe. We've
on the road too.
Times.
Yeah, on the road too, right? I mean, you're on the road. Edmonton's backed against the wall. Skinner played better, obviously, in the second and third periods.
Yeah.
Ottinger, I mean, that goalie stick save was something crazy. I mean, that was one of the weirdest saves you ever see in your life, which I didn't realize. They talked about it in the halftime show that basically that you're taught that as a goaltender. If you drop your stick to like drop it at an angle right on the goal line, so the puck hits it.
Phenomenal if you can do that.
It goes out. I was like,
you can't, like, you try to do that, but it doesn't just happen,
right.
You know. But if you have your stick taped right at the end and have a pretty good butt end, you can do it if it lands the right way. It was great. I mean, the whole thing is great. The playoffs have been everything and more.
Last two games have gone over in this series.
Yeah.
We see it again. Keep on going. Offense, offense, offense. I mean, that's Edmonton's way to win.
Well, it was yesterday because they didn't score first. So if they score first, it's an under. Like, that's where the in-game betting is so vital.
Right.
Because the game is different. When Dallas gets a lead, boom, it's opening up. It's probably going over unless Dallas and Ottinger just keep the puck on the outside of the circles against the boards, stay out of the penalty box. You can't give Edmonton an opening because, man, they come charging through, power play goal, something, boom, it's done. And then all of a sudden it's tied. I don't know.
I want to bet the Oilers to win it all just because.
Huh.
I was doing the show in Canada for Odd Sharks on Tuesday, and I was like,
did they really take our music? Did that really happen?
It really happened. It's their waiting music, but it's still our theme song. I was like, that's our theme song. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, come on, boys. Like, someone's got to know that, but fine. I didn't say anything on the air. I should have. But they're all in Canada, and I was like, guys, I'm 47. 93 was a long time ago. I want one for you guys. Like, I just want you guys to get one. Like,
they probably appreciated that.
Oh yeah, they love that. They're just like, yep, yep. But I'm like, they're all in Toronto and Vancouver and whatnot. And I'm like, you guys got to get a cup up there. I mean, it means way more to you guys up there than it does down here. Like, people here like the Stanley Cup. It's cool. It's a great trophy. They like it, but it's not like life. No one's like blood watching this.
No. In the city that's playing, in the fans. Listen, this place was bananas last year.
Of course, but you're talking about we talked about it last year. Last year was Florida, Vegas. If I'm sitting in Seattle, I don't give a flip about it. I don't care. Edmonton is going to be watching it, yes, but so is Toronto. So is Montreal. So is Winnipeg. Oh, no, come on. The entire country is glued to watching the Cup Finals if Edmonton's in it. Everyone's going to be cheering for the Oilers. They want a cup up there badly. They hate Gary Bettman. They blame him for the drought. They want a cup up there. It's their sport. We just borrowed it.
I don't know. It's like a diehard Ranger fan rooting for the Islanders and watching the cup because they're in it.
Where's Bonvy? Well, that's Bonvy. If people up there would be cheering regardless.
If the Maple Leafs were in, Bonvy wouldn't be cheering for the.
I don't know.
Leafs.
I don't know. I think the country just wants to see a cup up there desperately. We try to figure out a way of stopping this, what has happened up there, which is a really, really long drought without the cup. Time for Ohtani Washington. We got a slump buster home run for Ohtani in the 8th inning that leads to absolute chaos in that game. It really had nothing to do with Ohtani, although Ohtani's 2-run home run, which was an absolute no-doubter, got him out of a 5-game slump where he really didn't look good at the plate.
Right.
Hits the home run, but really is what happened to Jorge Lopez afterwards. He starts mouthing off at the third base umpire. Third base umpire tosses him. Jorge Lopez is walking off the field. He takes his glove. He throws it up and over the netting so it gets into the fans so they can catch his glove.
Nice.
And then after the game, he calls the Mets the worst team in probably the whole effing MLB. The Mets turned around and cut him right after the game for his outburst after giving up the 2-run home run to Ohtani.
Is he lying?
I don't know. The Mets are pretty bad, but I don't know if you want your pitcher to be calling that publicly.
Yeah, I don't know if you need to say that like out loud. I'm just saying. You don't need, you already threw the glove over the netting, so somebody got it. Like, you're going to have to probably take a break. They're going to send you home for a couple of days or figure it out. But I mean, unless you knew that they were going to cut you and then you send that out. It sounds like there's a lot of turmoil in that clubhouse, P-Rob, for the Mets.
There's a lot going on right now.
But I mean, they said it last year, right? Like, don't expect anything in 2024. We're gonna fix it later, but it sucks because the Yankees are really good.
Yep.
Winning consistently.
Yep.
And I mean, a couple of guys that produce our show on Fridays and do there's Mets fans.
Tommy Lorenzo, he's got a 5.42
ERA. Good work, Tommy Lorenzo. Jorge
loss.
Lopez, 5.42 career ERA. No huge loss for the Metropolitans. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Addition by subtraction.
Just get out. Get out. He throws his glove. He gets tossed. And the broadcasters were like, what do you say to the third base umpire? Like, that third base umpire's got a quick fuse. Like, you don't normally get thrown out by the third base umpire. That's not normal for the pitcher to get tossed from the third base umpire. Normally it's the home plate umpire that looks at the pitcher and says, hit the showers. This was the third base guy says, get out.
Guys and girls, if you're here watching the show and you're baseball heads, fans, whatever, who's the worst team in the National League? Because I don't know if they're worse than the White Sox.
We know who the worst team in the National League is.
It might be the Mets.
No, Rockies or the Marlins.
Well, I'm interested to see what the baseball heads will say.
I say Rockies, Marlins, and then the Mets. Those are your 3 worst teams in baseball in the National League.
There's hope with the Marlins.
They're young. They're young.
I don't think it's them. I think
their pitching next year will be great. I mean, Marlins will bounce back next year. Bet they're over. They're going to be great.
The Rockies do have the best record in the last 3 weeks, Joe, the Fat Panda.
They're still bad.
Marlins, Whitrock, Marlins, Linus, Marlins. There's John Serrett, Mets. Jimmy Jack, Rockies in the NL. Definitely the White Sox in the AL.
Yeah, they're the worst team in baseball.
I was going to put the worst team in baseball up as a poll, but
it's just Chicago. White Sox are just...
It's not anybody else.
White Sox not even close. They're the worst team in baseball. It's not even a conversation. But, I mean... Does anybody pick up Lopez? If you're a team, would you want him on your roster?
Got to get a new glove.
Take some time to break that thing in, right? I mean, that's one of those things.
I'm going to send you to Tulsa.
Right.
Break that thing in. You can go to High A up in your old neck of the woods. Go up to New Hampshire or something, right?
Wait, so the Rockies have the best record in the last 3 weeks. That's true. How's that possible?
Panda wouldn't lie, would he?
How is that possible when they have 20 wins? They're 20-35. They're 14.5 games back. They won a game yesterday.
7 in a row.
Yeah, but that was
2
it,
weeks
though.
Ago, right?
But that was sandwiched around a horrific losing streak.
I don't know.
That's interesting. Okay, I don't know. White Sox have lost 8 games in a row. They're 1-9 over the last 10.
Dear God.
15-42 on the year, 22 and a half games back of the Guardians, 5-21 on the road, a negative 127 run differential. That's really hard to do.
Say that again. What's the run differential?
Negative 127.
It's May 30th.
They've only played 57 games.
What the hell? Whew. That's bad.
They're really bad. White Sox are really, when they're on the road, it's like, it's an auto.
Wow, Fish Killer 73 said the Nationals for the worst team in
they're pretty bad. Nats are pretty bad. Yeah.
Are they?
I'm really annoyed. I bet the under, and then the Braves changed starting pitchers. I had to punt out of that bet. That made me angry. The game should have gone under today, but I didn't trust it with the guy that the Braves are putting in as opener reliever type deal. So, got concerned. They've already lost 7-2 already in this series for that. Yeah, you're right. Plus 550 for Chicago to have the worst record. They're going to have the worst record. That's if you have that ticket.
Oh, at the start of the season.
Yeah.
What is it now, Tommy?
Negative. I mean, minus
money.
No, it's got to be. You got to be laying juice. You got to be.
Well, they have the worst record by how many games over the other teams?
In the loss column,
hold on.
They have 34 losses. The next is the Reds have 32. The Rockies have 35. The Marlins have 37. Or they have 42. Sorry, they have 42 losses. So that was the Angels. They have 34. So the White Sox have 42 losses. The next closest is 37. So they have a 5-game lead
on the worst record.
On the worst record in baseball. Yes, that's true. They have a negative 52 run differential worse than the next closest team.
That's right. Unreal.
That's right.
Thank you, Whitrock.
They suck.
God.
Bad day in college sports. It just continues. It's just like one of these like consistent things that constantly gets put on. Sorry, we got to find the right graphic.
There it is.
NCAA is mulling a pretty big change that they are going to allow corporate on-field sponsorships for college football and college basketball games. I mean, this is just going to be legitimately. Are we selling logos, jerseys now? Can they advertise on the jerseys? Is that next? Make it just completely professional sports?
Probably. What's off limits?
Nothing. Nothing.
Everything's changing so fast. Man, oh man.
Everything is. I don't think we know. Like, I think people are going to wake up in September and go to a college football game. And they're going to go, what the hell is going on? Like, what am I watching? Where did the sport?
I love when you do that. I like doing that too. It's funny when I'm watching you do it because I know I do it.
Where did the sport go? Like,
what are we doing?
Where'd my college? Like, I've been going to college football games. I'm going to, Carver Hawkeye. I've been going to Kinnick Stadium for the better part of 20 years. Watching.
I forget who's the Alabama coach.
The guy from Washington, right? Ken DeBoer.
Isn't that the coach of the Stars?
No, that's
Pete DeBoer.
That's Pete DeBoer. This is Ken DeBoer.
Ken DeBoer?
I believe, right? Coach of Alabama?
I honestly don't know. Somebody type it in the chat. I just thought I'm not going to see Nick Saban, and I'm probably going to see the barbecue
Kalen DeBoer,
down in Alabama with the logo in the stadium.
Kalen DeBoer.
Oh, Kalen. Okay.
Not Kent.
No disrespect, Mr.
Kalen DeBoer. Coach of Washington.
Yeah.
Is the coach of Alabama.
Kalen.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, I don't know what we're doing. We're going to sell everything. Everything is for sale. I had a really cool talk. So I went to Madeline's skating event and this couple, I'm there with my ex-wife and they're with this couple, and we start talking. My ex is talking to the mom and I'm talking to the dad. The dad is an American Airlines pilot.
Mm-hmm.
The dad is a former Air Force lacrosse scholarship athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And his son is 6'6" and senior rising for Bishop Gorman here in town.
Playing basketball?
Playing football. He's the quarterback. He's the starting quarterback.
Okay.
And so I asked him a bunch of questions. He said, well, he's competing for the starting job. Sorry, he's not started yet. He's competing for the starting job. But I asked him, I was like, he's looking at Ohio State. He's looking at Big Ten schools. He's looking at Pac-12 schools or former Pac-12 schools, now
Right.
Big Ten schools. And I asked him about NIL.
I knew I should have stopped. I would have told him to consider Penn State. Man, oh man.
He actually likes Penn State. I told him about you. He actually is a big Penn
Let's
State
go.
fan. Yeah, he's a big Penn State fan, actually.
Let's go.
He likes Penn State a lot. So I
I'm
said,
coming next week.
I said, hey, James Franklin, Penn State, he's like, yeah. He's like, he's looking at he's open for everything. He's like, he wants to go somewhere and develop. And I was like, he kept on talking about development. He has to go somewhere and develop.
Yeah.
And I said, what are you guys talking NIL? And he goes, no. He's like, why would we be doing that? I said, oh, that's really good. He was like, yeah. He's like, we don't need the money. It's like, I need my kid to develop. He wants to play in the NFL. He's going to a place where he wants to play. Like he wants to go and play football. I was like, well, this is refreshing. Like, this is not what I've heard recently. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, parents aren't asking these questions about playing time and development. They're talking about what they're going to get paid. Right. He's like, oh, we haven't talked to coaches about that. He's like, we're not talking about how much money we're going to make. We're talking about where he can go to become the best player he can be. I was like, this is refreshing. I was like, finally, there's some families that actually are asking the right questions.
No, they're probably still in the initial discussions when they get to the end.
Right.
There's always that discussion. So that's good though. But yeah, I think college sports are definitely going to look different. I mean, when you watch a game,
yep.
Do you see the advertisements? Like, does it register? Or does it go? Like I'll be watching an NHL game and I'll see Betway on the boards, and then it'll change, and then it'll be William Hill.
I still don't know what that is. What is Betway?
Betway is another company that takes bets.
Where?
Outsource, not in Nevada.
Okay. Like where I was like, what's
they
Betway?
They took over the Wheeling Island Casino after I left, and it went bad. Like they're in different small states.
Okay. Because they're
always party provider.
Oh, they're a third. Okay, now I understand why they're a third party provider.
They go to a casino and say, "We'll run your sports book," and they brand them Betway at the Wheeling Island Casino. But they spend money to put their name on the sides of boards in NHL playoff games, $1 zillion, and get nothing from it.
Huh?
Let's just call it for what it is. But like, I've been going to Penguin games, Pirate games since I've been a little kid. Seen the ads all over. It never once made me go, I got to do that or I got to get that.
You're mistaking what advertising is, though, Dave.
I know.
So this is a good point. So I was driving into Boston with Amanda, and there was a big billboard for Foxy cauliflower, like a big Foxy cauliflower, right?
How do you spell that?
Foxy.
Okay.
Foxy cauliflower.
All right.
And she goes, why would somebody spend that much money just to put pieces of a vegetable up on a billboard and their logo? It said Foxy.
Was it like 3D?
No, it was just a big, huge ear, or whatever you call a thing of cauliflower.
Okay.
And said Foxy on it. No, one word, just the logo. Foxy.
I thought you said something else. I was going to say, sorry, Will.
No, Foxy. Foxy.
Foxy.
Foxy.
I thought you said something else.
So she's like, why would you do that? Because the human brain is more inclined that when you go to the supermarket and you go to buy cauliflower in 3 months, you will see the logo that you have seen before at some part of your brain's recollection. And you will buy that over the non-brand you have seen, simply because you have seen that logo before and there's some level of being familiar with that brand. Even though you've never bought that brand before, you've seen a billboard. So that's why people buy ads on boards in hockey games, or why they buy billboards.
Right.
There's different types of advertising. There's call to action advertising, and then there's branding advertising. The boards are just branding advertising. Okay. So you wouldn't go from like point A to point B, meaning I see the board and I buy the product. It's not what happens. It's when you're in the market to buy the product, then you've seen that board before, you've seen that advertisement before, you're more inclined to buy it, and you don't know why.
I mean, that's a very, from my cousin Vinny.
It's the truth, though.
That's a very lucid, sound argument. But I got to be honest, that sounds like some salesy bullshit.
It's the truth, though.
I know.
It's the way the human head works. It's where the brain, it's factual. It's why you'll go to a supermarket and you'll buy Coke and you won't buy RC Cola. Like it's just where we are as human beings. Advertising works. I wish it didn't. I wish it wasn't part of the human psyche, but it is 100% part of the human psyche to have a
People are
connotation.
saying that we need BVB on a board like that.
Well, I've already told you I want to do Peralt, your picks suck on a billboard.
I think that would get traction.
That's what I want. That's what I want. I want Peralt, your picks suck on a billboard.
I think it would get.
It would be awesome. I think it would be
I think
great.
it would get traction.
I absolutely want to have
We
a
should
picture
start
of
a
me
GoFundMe for the
under a
board.
bill. I want to have a picture of me under the billboard pointing up and having it says Peralt, your picks suck.
Me pointing.
It would be awesome. It's exactly what I want. Put it on the sphere. Yeah, go ahead and put it on
Whoa.
the sphere.
We could talk to that guy.
It'd be great. I would love it. That's exactly what would be awesome.
He won't
Like,
even
yes,
give us a break though if we talk to that guy.
No,
We
God,
know
no.
the guy for the sphere.
BvB billboard would be tremendous.
Yeah.
Didn't
Oh
he
my
get fired
God.
from that job? I thought he got fired from that job. No, no.
Check his LinkedIn.
I thought he got fired from that job.
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, Nami, catching strays without it.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Just saying. I thought he got fired from that job.
I don't know.
I don't know. So, I don't know. Hi. I'm just saying. I thought.
Hey, if you're watching the show, hit the like.
Hi, Nami. How are you? But I mean, I don't know. Those are things that happen. So yeah, he didn't run the sphere advertising. I don't think though, but he might have. I don't know.
Everything would have had to go through. If he's still there, we're never
Jeez,
getting on this. We're never getting on this.
Ain't that the truth? We're never getting on the sphere if that's the case. Nope. Sorry, not happening at all on that.
Oh,
We mentioned it earlier in the show. This is the story that I woke up to this morning and made me go, oh, okay. Are we going to actually do this? Because Michigan has given Bovada a 2-week cease and desist order to pack up and get the hell out of the market, to stop taking advertising, or sorry, start taking customers, excuse me, from people who are in the state of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning of more or just a little tiny blip on the screen?
No, they may try this at other states. I mean, you got to convince the person at the gaming commission to do it and follow through with it.
Isn't it an easy sell?
Huh?
Isn't it an easy sell?
What?
To gaming commission to say, I got an offshore competing with your tax dollars. Geo-target them out.
Well, tell them that you'll geo-target them out. Yeah.
Well, then they're going to. No, they're going to. Like, they're going to go after legal action. Like, they're going to go after them badly. Like, it's pretty much like, you have 2 weeks to get out of here. If you take one more customer, what's Bovada going to do? Not take a customer?
Yeah.
They're going to call their bluff.
No. That's I was on the phone with a couple guys back east, down south, checking on all this stuff. Bovada wants no fight.
So then they're going to lose the entire U.S. market then, because if they go quietly, everyone's going to do it.
Okay, this is why I had to call people that are also, they don't have shows like us, but I called and I said, so what's the modus operandi here? What happens? They don't want no issues.
So Jersey, Massachusetts, Michigan, New York,
Pennsylvania
goes on the line.
Yeah, there's five.
That's it, isn't it? That's
They
their
got
whole
enough
business.
business elsewhere.
Really?
They're fine.
They don't care. So it's all California and Texas.
It's worldwide.
Well, of course, right? It's worldwide, of course. But
It's worldwide.
But they still go into U.S. They still want the U.S. market. Otherwise, they wouldn't be advertising and doing shows and paying people to do content. Like, they wouldn't be spending money here if they didn't want it.
They spend money, like everybody else, to get business.
Okay.
Now, by the way, UCLA just beat Alabama 4-1 in the first game of the Women's College World Series.
Very cool.
3-run homer in the sixth. Unbelievable. The UCLA.
I mean,
just keep winning.
I remember it, and so do you. Black Friday.
Yeah.
When the 3 biggest poker shops were shut off because they no longer could take credit cards.
Yep.
I lost thousands of dollars in my income when that happened. My radio show was changed forever when that happened, in particular in football season, when I had numerous offshore sports books that were advertising on my radio show, numerous offshore sports books that were paying handicappers to appear on my show, paying for the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And overnight, click, goodbye.
Yep.
Everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
Could that happen in the United States? FTC could do it.
Long way to go for that.
Why?
What are they going to do? Just
the same
do it?
thing. The same thing they did back when they called 13 years ago.
Cut the money supply off. They got to cut all this other stuff
Well,
off.
no, they just cut the credit card. They just cut off your ability to fund the account.
Well, there'll be other ways to fund the account. They stopped taking credit cards, a lot of them anyway. It's not good business. I mean, are they going to go after the crypto? There's ways to fund the account.
Sure, but it's much more difficult.
It's much easier, from what I've been told. So, and Whitrock said in the chat.
You geo-targeted out.
Whitrock said in the chat, Bet Butchie's going to get big in Michigan.
Maybe. It's possible.
That's the thing.
Well, I mean, look.
So they stopped Bovada.
The biggest porn site.
100 other offshore places already today are working on their direct mail and email campaign to people in Michigan.
No, I bet they go through every single one. That one just you can't. It's illegal to do that. I mean, you can't just do one. It has to be all of them all. Yeah, because it's the biggest. Bovada, it must be because it's the biggest, or they pissed.
Well, no,
Bovada pissed off the wrong
Bovada's
person.
Going to just roll and just say we're good with this. Okay, no problem.
Then they'll go to the next one, and then they go to the next one, and go to the next one. I mean, they're enforcing a law that currently already exists. Same thing happened in Texas with the biggest porn site in Texas. They stopped taking you can't go there anymore in Texas because Texas passed a law that essentially has very, very strict anti-pornography laws. And so the whole state's geo-targeted out, so you can't go to that website from the state of Texas.
So, but you could go to other porn websites in Texas.
Correct.
I'm just asking.
No,
I've never been to Texas.
I think you can't go to any porn websites in Texas, but the biggest one stopped.
Time out. Think about what you're saying here.
I'm telling you,
people in Texas. I ain't been to Texas.
There's ways around it.
I want to go.
The most popular websites, the most popular porn websites, are being told that if you operate here, we're going to come after you. And they're voluntarily saying, okay, we're not going to have any URLs from this area to our website.
But people in Texas can get on porno websites.
Legally, they're not supposed to. But yes. What? Legally, they're not supposed to. Yes. Dude, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now that's scary in the South. Okay. There's a lot of stuff. Yes. Porn is being made. Yes. Texas is making pornography a problem. Yes.
Whoa.
I mean, Louisiana just passed the fact that, birth control pills are a controlled substance. Okay. It's a controlled substance. Yes. A birth control pill in Louisiana is a controlled substance.
So
you can't just have it. You have to have it. You have to have a reason to have it. You can't just go and buy it.
You have to get a prescription for it and stuff.
You have to have a reason. Yes, you have to have a reason, and they've made it illegal.
The reason is I don't want to get pregnant. No?
Correct. You can't just walk into a CVS and buy it. It's a controlled substance. It's like marijuana. It's a controlled substance. So, there's just different things that are going on in the world that are pretty interesting. It's just Bovada. So I feel like this Bovada story kind of fits into a larger narrative about what we're doing with websites. But I think they're going to ask. I mean, we're definitely seeing the Attorney General. We're seeing, the larger, bigger companies.
Think this is going to help the legals in Michigan?
I don't know. I mean, the executive director of the MGCB, which is the Michigan Gaming Control Board, said the proliferation of online gaming platforms has led to an increased scrutiny from regulatory bodies worldwide, and this action serves as a stern warning to overseas companies that flout local regulations will not be tolerated. The MGCB remains steadfast in its commitment to uphold Michigan's laws and regulations and will continue to actively monitor and enforce compliance within the state to ensure a fair and secure gaming environment for all.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's...
for people in Michigan, there's ways around it. But problem is, what's the penalty? Are they going after the bettor now? If you're in Michigan and you're using an offshore, are you in trouble, or the book that you're using is in trouble?
It's an awesome question. My gut would be that the book is in trouble, but the player, they never want to get the player in trouble, but you want the site in trouble.
I'm telling you, I feel like I'm in a movie again. I literally feel like I'm going back 26 years in a time machine, going, wait, they're doing what? You know they're not going down there to get them.
They can't. It's not their jurisdiction. They can't go down there. They just wait for them to get on an airplane and fly to Florida, fly to Miami, or fly to Texas, and they're waiting for them at the arrivals gate.
That was a legit concern when I was down there. I kept telling the people down there, I said, I ain't living here the rest of my life without going home. I got family. I got things I nicknamed it the Rock after I was there for a while. I said, I'm getting off this rock. I ain't staying here. I ain't definitely not going to jail while I'm down here or going home. But people were going home and getting arrested. A guy showed up in Houston, got arrested. A guy showed up in Miami, got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I don't know. I think the media is going to make a big story about this. 100%.
Already did. It's everywhere. It's on ESPN.com. Right. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yes, it's huge.
Yeah. Do you think it'll lead to more states taking this action?
I believe that states like New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, yes. I think if one starts to do it, they all want to do it. So I do think it could lead to more states doing it. Do I think that changes anything in terms of people's ability to bet on certain sites? No, I do not. I mean, I know people here in town with VPNs that bet daily fantasy every single day. So, I mean, you can't bet DFS here in Vegas. It's illegal. But I know people who do it professionally every single day.
Right.
So, like, there's ways around everything with the internet.
Yeah. Dave's Daily Picks. The U.S. government funds the dark web. There will always be a way around.
That's a unproven theory and statement.
Yeah.
The U.S. government funds the dark web. Okay. Got to be careful with conspiracy theorists there, bud.
Well, whatever. But like, they're not going down to get them.
No, absolutely not.
That's the only way to really stop it.
But they didn't do it with the poker. With the poker sites, didn't do it, but they effectively killed them. There's 4 states in the country that you can bet with poker right now.
Right.
So
I remember doing it. Like I was on that party poker and I was playing a lot.
Right.
1, it was fun. And then 2, once you figured out how to play multi-tables and do all this crazy stuff, I was so young and didn't have much else going on. So I was trying to make money and doing that, playing all these tournaments. Did me a favor by shutting it all down.
You're like, thank you. I appreciate that.
I can't do that anymore. Oh, twist my arm. Good. Thanks.
Right. Yeah. According to bonus.com, the U.S. online gambling in all forms has now pushed past $1 trillion in handle.
Trust this bonus.com number?
I don't know. They added it all up and they did it all from 2018 to now. Since PASPA's repeal, $1 trillion. Just to put, that's 1 million millions. To give you an idea what's $1 trillion.
It's a lot of zeros.
That's a lot of money, man. That's a million millions.
Man.
That it's all form. Casino, gambling online, poker online, sports betting online, baccarat online, everything online.
Man.
Do you believe that number?
Might be higher.
Higher.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I mean, because they don't know the numbers from Bovada.
They're guessing it though.
Right. Well, that's I don't like the guessing with the numbers.
Fair.
I never did. I used to get these budgets put in front of us like, oh, this is what the handle's going to be next year. And I'd say to the guy, Bob in accounting, Bob, how the hell do you know what our handle's going to be next year? Seriously. Well, you just extrapolate the numbers that you do. What? If a guy walks in with a bag with $500,000, we don't know if he's coming or not unless you go get the customer. And then we know what he has, what he's going to bet, and he will hopefully keep him in business. Handle will be through the roof. If that guy don't come in, your numbers are screwed. So
at the current rate to get to the $1 billion, Americans of legal gambling age each are betting on average $5 per day. Every American.
It's
online.
Absurd.
I believe it. I believe that. That's
I live with
I buy it.
7 people.
Okay.
Now listen, Pap's a little under the weather, so his gambling handle's probably down. But Grandma, you can bet your ass she's at that Suncoast rolling through those machines after bowling on every Saturday night. So she's gambling. But my wife and my 3 daughters don't gamble at all.
But your mother-in-law makes up
probably for them.
Right. Yes.
And
For
when Pap's
25
feeling good, he's rolling a lot too.
Okay.
So, they do different forms of gambling. They love the machines.
As a point of comparison, Americans 18 and up spent on average $434 on lottery tickets in the year 2023.
How much?
$434 in the year 2023.
That's some crazy shit.
18 and up. Every adult of age averaged $434.
Is lottery 18 in states?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sports betting is 18 in New Hampshire.
It's 18 in Kentucky, too.
It's wild to me. Chef Benny.
Chef Benny should support your local lottery. You're absolutely right, Chef B. Good call.
18 plus for lottery. Yep.
That's our guy.
And scratchies, you're right, Whitrock. Scratch tickets are, the number 1 state in America for scratch tickets is my home state.
I used to love those things.
Oh, my
when
grandfather.
I went to North Carolina to see Kylie play softball, I stopped at the gas station, filled up, and got a bunch of scratchers to take back to the room. The hell with it. I said, you know what? I'm spending $40. Bunch of scratchers. I got back 32.
Oh.
They beat me for $8.
Oh, well, yeah. That's the loss leading. That's the mentality.
Right?
Win a little. Oh, I win a couple. Oh, I win a couple.
Yeah. 80%.
So, hey,
80% return. Thanks
I just think 1 million millions is insane.
That is.
This is just a quick story, but it's in reference. We're in
Is
the
there
same
a stinger for this?
No, but it's in the same reference, in the same what we've been talking about.
Right.
Al Sharpton has written a letter to the FTC.
Hold on. Who?
Al Sharpton.
Oh,
Al Sharpton has written a letter to the FCC.
I didn't know Al was still involved.
Yeah, he's still involved.
What?
Warning both FanDuel and DraftKings about their marketing to African Americans.
Oh. Al noticed?
The letter claims that 68% of young African American men bet with FanDuel and DraftKings. Also, that young African American men bet more than any other ethnic group, according to Al Sharpton and the American Gaming Association's survey.
American Gaming Association's working with Al?
Well, just taking the information that they came up with. Al's just pulling the information from the surveys that have been put out there.
Okay.
I bring this up because Al wants the FTC to essentially get involved with DraftKings and FanDuel and tell them that what they're doing with their marketing practices is dangerous.
Oh, excuse me. Nothing to sneeze at. Wow.
Al Sharpton wrote to the FTC, the chairman of the FTC, Federal Trade Commission. Yep. As you are well aware, DraftKings and FanDuel dominate the online sports betting marketplace in the United States. As of September of 2023, they had a combined market share of approximately 75% in mobile sports betting. Their sports betting alliance, the SBA, which includes fellow legacy operators BetMGM and Fanatics Sportsbook, they likely control 90% of the market now.
That's true.
As a civil rights advocate, I write to you because their dominance and influence have raised serious concerns about competition, fairness, and consumer protection in the market. This is essentially troubling when we consider the demographic profile of their user base, with a significant portion of them being Black Americans. When a duopoly takes hold, customers are the biggest losers, and the most vulnerable customers, including Black Americans, bear the brunt of that harm. Indeed, Black Americans are, on the whole, more likely to engage in sports betting among young adults. They bet at a higher rate than any other demographic, and they also bet more than any other ethnic group. He says sports are at the epicenter of American culture, and Black athletes are the center of American sports. If sports betting and gaming run rampant and infiltrates the integrity of the games, they can adversely affect both Black athletes and customers. I'm not sure what he wants them to do.
Use the integrity of the game?
Yeah. I'm not sure what he wants them to do.
Who wrote that? Not that, I mean, like I'm saying, Al can't write it or like, but who wrote that? Where did that come from?
His lawyers.
Wow.
He called FanDuel and DraftKings. The reason why this is of note, he called FanDuel and DraftKings a duopoly.
Well, I mean, it kind of is, no?
It can't be. I mean, it really can't. I mean, if it is, the government may get involved with that.
Well, I mean, it is, but without being, if you have two things that have 80% of the handle or 80% of the market, that's pretty close to, I mean, I have to Google it and actually read the definition of duopoly, but that sounds like one. And then you throw the other two in, and now it goes to 90, and the rest of these scraps are for your.
A duopoly is a situation where two companies together own all or nearly all of the market for a given product or service.
Wait, read that again. Let me put the listening glasses on for that. Hold on. Go.
A duopoly is a situation where two companies together own all or nearly all of the market for a given product or service.
Huh? If it walks like a duck and sounds like a duck, right, and quacks like a duck, is it a duck? Is it a duopoly? Ask the people watching the show right now. Give them a poll. Is that a duopoly, yes or no? Can you spell duopoly without looking?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You had to look.
No.
Duopoly. You have to double choose a spell check. Get it right on the poll. I think more people will say yes to this question.
I think I would agree with you. I think it is duopoly.
Yeah.
But I think what he's saying is it's a duopoly directed at African Americans, and I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure if I agree with it either, but have you seen the ads?
It would back him up, right? The ads would back him up.
I mean, when you think of DraftKings, who's the spokesperson?
Of DraftKings, it's Kevin Hart.
Who's the spokesperson of BetMGM?
Well, it depends. It's Jamie Foxx, and it's been Kevin Garnett. No, I know.
I mean, it's, LeBron got the crown.
LeBron
got the crown. It's pretty impressive.
It's just an interesting thought. It's just one of those situations where you're kind of like, if Reverend Al Sharpton is getting involved in this
is crazy to me. I didn't know.
It's not to me.
Listen, I didn't know Al was alive.
It's not to me, okay? Because I told you before, this is going to be a political hot potato very soon. There's going to be politicians who are going to make this, and we've already seen it. Blumenthal of Connecticut already did this.
What?
He made it. This is his topic. Someone's going to stand up there and someone's going to stand and say, you know what? These books are targeting African-American young men.
Okay, so let's rewind. And if you haven't watched the beginning of the show, go back and watch it, because we're trying to figure out how there's a positive to sports betting and how the portrayal of sports betting has been positive at all. This, P. wrote, my things are still working. This doesn't sound very positive.
No, it's not positive at all. But it's only a segment of what we're talking about. But again, if what Al is saying,
people are going to, put a backpack on and carry this now as a thing. This is going to be their thing.
Oh yeah, for politicians, yeah, it already is. Blumenthal's already doing it in Connecticut. He's already passed two. He already has two laws that he's presented for debate on the House. That they're going to do this. Senate. There's going to be a senator. There's going to be a House committees. Get ready. We're going to have this. Politicians the federal government is not going to just sit back and let FanDuel and DraftKings make money hand over fist forever. They're going to step in and ask questions about so who are you targeting exactly? And why are you targeting these people? What's the point?
Well, they like to bet.
Okay. They like to bet. How are they targeting? Remember, government all wants about protection, right? Government thinks they want to protect you from you. A lot of times the government's going to step in and say, you can't do it because we don't think you're old enough, mature enough. You can't handle it. Oh. Otherwise drugs would be legal. If the government didn't think that, drugs would be legal.
They're legal almost everywhere.
No, you can't do heroin and cocaine. It's illegal.
Heavy stuff.
Look, no, you can't. It's illegal to have marijuana. It's federally illegal. States have legalized it.
You go right down the street.
And you get on a plane and get arrested, Dave.
If you go right down the street, you can buy it. No?
Correct. You walk into Harry Reid Airport, you're arrested.
I can't travel with it.
It's federal government. It's federal land. You can't cross state lines. I can't take cannabis from
buy it somewhere else now.
Correct, but you can't take cannabis from Nevada and drive to Arizona. If a cop sees you do that, that's a federal crime.
In my car, I can't drive.
Correct. It's a federal crime. Cannabis is a controlled substance with the federal government. It is a legal substance in America.
Is the narcotics drug portion of the show, boys and girls. This is
I'm just saying, cannabis is the dumbest thing in the world. Is in states like Nevada, Massachusetts, it's illegal until you leave the state. Then it's illegal if you cross state lines.
So how in the hell are they going to make this a federal thing at some point with the betting?
Right. Ding.
No way.
Ding.
Oh,
Sports betting lobby. Yes, absolutely, Tommy. Sports betting lobby. Here we go. 100%.
I'm going back. I'm going to law school at night. In addition to all the other jobs and stuff I got, I'm going to law school because I'm going to be a lobbyist. I'll be the one talking about the positive for the industry. That's fine.
Look out. That's all I'm going to say is look out. This story. These stories are coming fast and furiously where it's an election year, guys. Just remember, it's a big time election year. And we're going to get in sports betting. It's going to be a big part of it. Watch your ears, boys and girls. It is time for the BPS story. It's time for the Brigade Proxy Service NFL story of the day. If you guys do not know as of yet, the Circa Survivor, $16 million up in guaranteed prizes, $6 million for Circa Million, 10, but there's going to be more. We're going to go over that in Survivor. Million will have overlay most likely. Survivor will not. They're going to blow past that. We've already seen the number of people signing up even this week. After 1 week of it being live, we're seeing so many people jump in and be a part of this. If you're coming to Vegas and you'd like to be a part of the Brigade Proxy Service, it's really darn easy. 2 ways. Text us 702-570-8255 or simply log on to thebvbshow.com. Little email form, fill it out, tell us you're coming in, when and where, and we'll gladly hook you up and tell you where we're going to meet you, whether at Circa or a satellite property, get you signed up for what's going to happen this coming football season.
And if you have expertise in SEO, you can email the show. thebvbshow.com sends an email.
Yes.
And it's askthebvb@gmail.com, or you can email brigadeproxy@gmail.com.
We don't
all of the above, because we're learning about different things. And we're not targeting anybody, but this is a good question, Tommy Lorenzo.
So here's the thing. I'd be willing, if you need it, we can find ways to make it work for you.
For Tommy?
Yeah, for Tommy, we can.
Tommy, you were making it happen for you, brother.
Yeah, we can make. So like, if people come in and say, "Hey, I'm going to be part of this," because this is the contest I think I'm going to do this year.
Yep,
I'm going to do it. So I would be Tommy. I'm going to be doing it too. So I'll be able to answer. I can enter in your picks for you. So yes.
The catch with that one, you might have to do that in person.
Correct. That's why I go down once and I'll do it all at once.
Right.
But I think I'm going to do that. I've wanted to do it for years.
I'm going to talk to Tony Miller, the director. I used to work for him. I'm going to talk to him about the contest, the format, et cetera, et cetera.
It's side totals, college football, college in the NFL, correct?
I don't know. They might be changing
seven games. Oh no,
they might
really?
be changing it. Then it might be head to head if there's so many people in it, where that's the way it ends. Like you got to qualify the first 8 weeks, and then you go head to head the last 4 to win it.
Oh, that sucks.
It's very.
They're the only ones that use college football.
Correct.
That's why I want to do it.
Well, hold on.
Last man standing does it, but
I know. But the other joint might bring back the college football one that Linda won, or what?
Westgate might.
The Caesars. No. The Caesars from William Hill.
Oh,
it's just we'll find out. We'll have other contest details.
That's only college football, though.
Correct.
I want the college and the pro. I want them both. That's what the Nuggets. The Nuggets both.
Okay.
The Nugget contest gives you college football and NFL, and you pick.
Correct.
I love that. Like I get to pick which games. Like that's give me 7 games, 4 college, 3 NFL, sides totals. More. I want it more.
Yeah.
I like it.
So
I like that a lot.
starts July 1st. signups. So it's that one, and then
Yep.
the circus open now for business. Text the number, email us. It's a fun process, and I mean, like Elsa made my day yesterday. That was an absolute joy
great.
to meet her and sign her up, and we explained the process, and she's like, "It's really that easy." I'm like, "It's really that easy. All you got to do." She said she's going to get 4 weeks where she goes 5-0. I said, if you get 4 weeks relatively close to each other where you go 5-0,
you'll do well.
you're coming to pick up a big ass check.
Yep. When you get hot like that,
smoking.
100%.
What are you looking at right now? Looking at something.
Yeah, just a couple of things. Nothing worth talking
Nothing.
about.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So
you're not in Texas on a porn site, are you?
No. Brigade Proxy Service NFL story of the day. Interesting that Josh Jacobs talking to the media yesterday, publicly lobbying for Devontae Adams, saying that Devontae Adams might actually be interested in going back to Green Bay to play with Jordan Love. Wouldn't that be weird? Because it was always the thought that he'd go play with Aaron, right, in New York. But potentially he'd go back.
Ain't he here?
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's under contract here for 2 more years.
So what are we even talking about this for?
Because if the Raiders stink, you make a move, you make a trade, you try to trade for Devontae Adams. Try to go get him.
Man. What?
I agree. But he was asked publicly about it. Devontae Adams is, I don't know if that's true. The downslope of his career, or is he just playing with really bad quarterbacks? And yeah, I agree, Dave's Daily Picks. Devontae Adams is still worshipped in Wisconsin. They love
Is he?
Oh, yeah, they love that guy. Yeah. They would love to have they do cartwheels to get him back in a Green Bay Packer uniform. With Jordan Love.
I see Raiders when I see this hat.
I do see Raiders. I'm with you.
Silver and black.
I hear that's a Raiders hat to me. But also it could be White Sox, but I see Raiders.
Yeah. This is Raiders.
It's been weird to see Josh
Jacobs.
Packers
want him?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. They're going to have a big year. I've seen so many people think that Jordan Love is going to win the MVP.
There's some legs to that. There's traction to that talk.
He thinks that he's going to have a monster year. So give him
they
Adams,
win the division somehow,
right?
And really go.
Yeah.
Like he's going to be in a discussion.
Right. And he has, 30 touchdowns to 5 interceptions type of year. There could be
the
a really.
Numbers are all different now. I can't it's still touchdowns and interceptions and all that other stuff, but I don't know what wins you the MVP anymore.
Numbers, highlight reels, no look passes, wins, no look passes. Yeah,
you got to win.
Right. Did you see that video?
NFL MVP on a
by the way,
mediocre team.
Did you see the video
of numbers are.
Did you see the video of OTAs yesterday with Aaron Rodgers looking at his right Achilles, not his left Achilles?
I can assure you.
He might be hurt already.
I can assure you 100%, unless you directly text it to me or one of the boys that we've come to know and meet as part of the BvB Brigade or something, sends me an OTA video and says, Dave, you have to watch this. 100% I'm not watching it.
Okay.
That's the only way. So if you ask me, did you see it, this blank OTA video?
Right.
The answer is no.
Okay.
No chance.
What's funny, by the way, the reason what I was looking at is there are college football game times and dates coming out right now.
Yes.
Your Penn State Nittany Lions are at West Virginia, August 31st, noon kick Eastern on Fox.
Yeah, I might go. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I got a guy. We got a guy. He's been on our show, B. Howe.
Yep.
Who can make this all happen?
I can't go. Virginia. You go. I can't go. So we'll have to have one of us here for that weekend.
Yeah, I might put the other boss to work for.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody got this, that, whatever. I said, no. You want to? Hey, listen, the shortstop doesn't play right field. Okay?
I want to be there when you tried to tell her that she's gonna go.
This is not going to go well. We already know how this goes. But the catcher never plays center field. Okay.
Yep. Right?
Everybody got a position on the team.
Correct. So why are we sending the catcher out to play center field?
I'm not sure yet. I want to see if they can catch a fly ball.
Oh boy. The other times that have come out, according to Brett McMurphy of the Action Network, Arkansas is at Oklahoma State on September 7th at noon on ABC. Baylor is at Utah at 3:30 on Fox. For that one, you've got Ole Miss at Wake Forest on September 14th on the CW.
Wake Forest just made our show.
It's college football. Everything makes our show. But a night game at Wake Forest on the CW. That's going to be that's a weird find for the guy doing the TVs and the sports book.
That's a pain in the ass.
Where the hell is the CW? I got to find the Ole Miss game.
Oh, listen, we know the guys down at Circa to do that job. That's a hard job.
Yeah,
you got
full-time
literally
job.
got to schedule out the whole day. Now you got to find 20 channels instead of 10.
Yep.
Stream this, get this. This starts late. This is when. Is that a weeknight? They're not playing that on a weeknight, is it?
Oh, maybe.
Like, why are they releasing that now today?
It's coming out now. I don't know, because it's just the OU Texas Red River SEC rivalry, October the 12th.
Wait a second. That was a word salad. Say that again.
The Oklahoma Texas SEC debut for the Red River rivalry. 2:30 Central Time kickoff, October the 12th. It'll mark just the second time in the last 14 years that game will not be kicked off at 11 a.m. Central.
At 9 a.m. Pacific. Yes.
2:30. It's in the
Holy
time.
Crap.
Welcome to SEC football, Dave.
Oh, everything's going to be so
It's
cheap.
the SEC. This is the prime time SEC
I don't
game.
like it already.
3:30 Eastern time kick. That's the prime time SEC game is 3:30.
That's
for those of you that may have been in a
that's on during the baseball playoffs. That's going to overshadow everything. Usually you get the football in the morning and you get it taken care of and you can watch the baseball in the afternoon and evening. And now that's going on right in the middle of the day. That's going to do monster ratings.
So
monster ratings.
In case you were in a coma for the last 4 years, yes, Oklahoma and Texas are in the SEC playing in the SEC 3:30 window for the Red River rivalry, which is wacko to think about. It's just like, wait, this is an SEC game? Yep.
CBW said October 5th, Syracuse is at UNLV. CBW, if you come to that game.
Do you know how many broadcasting people we know are coming to that game?
Dead serious?
I'm dead serious.
You're being serious right now. Hold on. I'm gonna put on the other glasses to make sure you're
dead serious. Dead serious. So many people in our space who are coming to this for this game. They're coming to UNLV, who went to Syracuse. Yes. Get ready for like half the broadcasting world coming to UNLV, coming to this game. I've got like, when this game got announced, I got like 5 messages of people going like, I'm coming in October. I'll be in Vegas. I'm going to the game.
Really?
Yeah, like why?
What time is that?
What time is what?
That game.
It hasn't been announced yet.
That better be a night game.
It hasn't been announced yet.
But that better be like 7 o'clock UNLV time.
Yeah.
Right? How about there's no Pac-12 after dark? This is a perfect window for UNLV to be the late games at home. Be the late game.
Notre Dame's games have all been announced on Peacock. Florida State's a night game. Virginia's a day game. They're playing Army at Yankee Stadium this year. Huh. Did you see what Joe Fortenbaugh put out this morning about the new rules on the college football playoffs involving Notre Dame?
I saw Furman. CBW tagged Furman with the.
What'd I say? Todd Furman. Sorry.
You said Joe Fortenbaugh.
So, excuse me, Todd Furman. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Confusing Joe and Todd. I apologize. Because he's making a decent point. But also, if you're the Irish, you may actually have an easier path because you're not playing a championship game. So the rule basically is that Notre Dame cannot be any higher than the 5th seed in the new playoffs because they're not part of our conference.
Right.
So they will they'll be the best team in the country and still be the 5th seed because the top 4 seeds are all conference champ, but they don't play a conference championship game, so they play one less game.
It's better for them.
It could be. Yep. Could be. It could be. Trent Alberts, the new AD for A&M, has just said, Brett McMurphy is tweeting him, we've just always had enough increasing revenue to overcome dumb expenses. I've said it 100 times, and I'll say it again. We don't have a revenue problem in college athletics. We have an expense problem.
Oh. You have an expense problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes that sounds like being married.
The SEC has just announced their first 3 weeks. The commissioner, Greg Sankey, was asked about the Big Ten alliance. He said, quote, "It's not an alliance. It's a joint advisory group." The Big Ten and the SEC do not like each other. It's one of the most fun things in sports to me that no one really talks about, but they hate each other. Culturally different. Everything is different. It's such a fun thing to watch them get together.
Figure out how to get along.
They're not going to get along. That's the problem.
Ever?
Never. Nope. They're never going to really get along.
I mean, you want to make changes? Be a duopoly.
Right.
Those two.
Right? 20-team conferences, it's possible.
You could do whatever you want. Figure out how to get along. We're sitting at the table till it's like having two kids that won't talk to each other, fight all the time. If you two work together,
right,
it'll be better. They won't do it.
Nope. They won't do it. It's May. It's a great time to put this out. You know, the Big 12's coming here to Vegas for their Big 12 football media days. Like we're counting it down. It's going to be fun.
Well, we're going to see some people.
Oh gosh. Indiana at UCLA, September the 14th. NBC kickoff, 7:30 p.m.
Want to go?
Just weird. No, but it's weird. Indiana at UCLA is a conference game.
Besmirching Indiana right there?
No, it's a weird thing to say that's a conference game.
It is ridiculous.
It's a conference game. Like it's like, wait, what?
Penn State's playing USC in October. It's a conference game.
So weird.
Yeah.
So weird that this is what we're doing now in college football and college sports. Can't end well. Oh my.
It ain't even going to be the worst for the football.
The SEC is going to give extra money to their teams making the playoffs. On addition to the travel allowances given to the SEC from the SEC teams that qualify for the playoffs will receive $3 million for the first round, $3.5 for quarterfinals, $3.75 million for semifinals, and $4 million for the title game.
Go win that game, boys.
From the conference.
Go win that game.
The conference is going to give it to you.
Get the cash.
Damn. I'm an Hoosier.
Legitimately professional sports. We're going to pay extra if they win for the travel.
No, this is in addition to the travel the conference gives them. This is just straight bonus. This is a bonus for winning the game and being in the game. You get a bonus.
You getting bands in the locker room after you win? How does it work?
I want to see the ring. That's what I want to see.
Paid.
I just want to see the ring. I want to see how
I want to know how we're getting paid.
Boy, oh boy. How about that? All right, to tonight. Game 5, Minnesota laying 4.5 to Dallas. You're wearing the Maverick gear. Total is 209.5. Does this series end tonight?
Just end already, please.
Well, you keep on praying for that, but is it going to? Just because you want it to doesn't mean it's going to.
I wanted to so bad. The sharps are on the dog. I don't know.
+5.
I would only take the dog, but
me too.
I just want it to end.
Yeah. I bet 5. I took 5.
You took 5?
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to betting in game the other side +5. Right. And just sit back. I think T-Wolves by 3.
Oh, we get a game on Saturday?
I think the number's too high, but I think Minnesota wins.
5:30 Pacific start on Saturday. Right. Let's just put this out there, and you guys can vote tomorrow. Maybe think about it.
Okay.
What are you guys doing on Saturday night? If we do a live watch-along show for the NBA Game 6, would anybody come and watch if we do a first half show?
You know I'm working, right?
After.
Oh, you want me to do? You want me to do?
You're doing 4 hours, and then you're going to do another hour and a half with me.
Do another hour.
You're going to die.
What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Come on.
It ain't happening.
No.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Game 2. Game 2's a Sunday night.
Oh, I'll do that. Fine. I'll do that. Yeah.
All right, put it on our calendars, boys. Game 2 NBA Finals. It'll be the Celtics versus the winner
You
of
do
this
know my
series.
team is in the game. Just
We're
everyone
doing
knows
a
this.
live.
My team's in the game. Just FYI. Just
100%. We're doing a live. It's Sunday, June 9th. We're doing a live BvB watch along show, at least for the first half. If Boston's losing, we're staying the rest of the time.
of course. Why wouldn't we?
John lights out. Does that say Ian lights out? Sorry.
Ian lights out.
I got another thing on my screen. I apologize, Ian.
Why would David Goggins say no, Mikey?
Whoa.
I'll fall asleep on the juice again. That's true.
We don't need that. We don't need that. No. Game 2, NBA Finals. Live BvB watch along. P-Roll Celtics. We might have to give away a hat.
Oh, just one?
Yeah.
Just one?
Well, I don't know.
That's
yet.
a great
We'll
point.
come up with something. But if you're
That's why-
watching
on top of that, we can't do it. The UFC card. It's a pay-per-view.
Sunday night.
No. For this Saturday. You're
Oh,
saying
yeah.
game
No,
6.
we're not doing this. I can't. Listen, we're just getting started. I ain't trying to kill you for Saturday night. Listen, I've been with you. I've done the show with you for 4 hours. I'm absolute toast. I don't want to talk to nobody, especially you, after 4 hours. I don't want to talk to my wife, my kids. They don't understand. I come downstairs. They're like, "Where are you going?" I'm going for a walk.
Bed.
I got to go sit away from everybody. 4 hours is a long time.
For this game tonight, who do you like? Lively, most likely, is playing tonight for Dallas.
I just said the only side I would take would be the dog.
Agreed. But I do think this is going to be both games won by Dallas in Minnesota were won by one possession.
Wars. They were wars.
And this is going to be a war. I think this is going to be an absolute war. And I think you're going to have the best effort out of Minnesota. And I think you're going to need a Herculean effort out of the Mavericks. And they could get one out of Luka and Kyrie.
I just saw a super chat. Guys, if you want to leave a super chat, we'll get to them in BvB bonus time. You can hit that button on the right-hand side while you're watching the show.
There's 2 of them there for the
okay. I just saw one flash by. I apologize. But that
big
comes
business.
at the end of
That
the
was
show.
big
Thank
business.
you for doing that, whoever did it. Thank you.
Big business did that.
Big business.
Celtics would be, if they win game 1, they're going to be laying 400 in a game 2.
Damn, bro. Tommy, that's
he's right.
Heavy.
Why? They're up 1-0. They're 250 favorites now.
Oh, no. If they win game 1?
Yeah.
Oh, do we have to talk about that now? I don't want to talk about that now.
He wants to.
Tommy. Yeah, they'll be -2. I think it's going to go off around 220, depending on who they're playing. 220, 240.
My
it'll
favorite,
probably be 380 or 400. Yeah.
My favorite, more myopic, moronic, ridiculous argument going on in Boston sports media right now is that why did Boston lose 2 games? Why aren't they 12-0?
Listen, I'm going to do a little 10-second public service announcement for you Boston fans that are watching the show, because P-Roll's from there. Sorry, Will. I'm going to preface it with this. You're all fucked up. All of you. What is wrong with you? Your team is rolling, and you want to know why they lost 2 games?
Yep.
It was 2 games.
Correct. They're 12-2. Oh,
They're
no.
12.
They shouldn't be 12-2. Not good enough. They should be 12-0. Look who they played. If they were a good team, they'd be 12-0.
You know what?
People
told us it was stupid to name the show Bostonian versus the Book, because who cares about Boston? I love it because you're all messed up. All of you.
I'm
Your
not
team
messed up like
is
that.
going to win the NBA championship.
Not good enough. It's how you win it, Dave. You can't just win it. It's the way you win it. You know, you have to win it a certain way. It's how you play. It's not the final score doesn't really matter. It's the way the game went and who was on the floor. That's what really matters. It's the dumbest, stupidest group of egomaniacs that talk complete nonsense. It's incredible to me. The level.
I'm so glad you moved away from them.
Oh, me and you both. I laughed so hard. Like, they should be 12-0. I was like, well, what? Huh? Why? Well, look who they played. Those 2 losses. That's just not good. That's dangerous. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, they're 12-0. Like, they're 12-2. Like, they've won 12 games. They just swept I mean,
I
the sweep
swear,
was so boring that Kendra Perkins forgot about the sweep yesterday on the air. It was so boring that he's like, they should have swept people. They should have, and I think it was somebody said to him, hey, Perk, they just swept the Pacers.
Oh,
and he goes, oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
They just swept the Pacers. Come on, Perkins. Like, come on, dude. So yeah, I like Mavs.
I was gonna say, like, the positions on the futures and stuff, it's way better for me if Dallas wins.
Okay, good.
The numbers are higher, but like I've been linking some stuff with the Celtics winning because
Smart.
a lot of visions of grandeur that they're just gonna lose.
Right.
But for all of these people that are like almost rooting against them, will be better for business for all of them.
They're rooting. They want this is Jason Tatum is the new LeBron James, guys.
Oh, I can't take this. Not in your own city. You gotta
even nationwide. Even nationwide. I mean, Jason Tatum is the new LeBron James. He's the new guy that has all the love, who can't get it done in the finals. He's not gonna ever win. He doesn't have the killer instinct. He can't get the big shot. It's all going to be the same place. They'll win the championship, and Tatum won't be the MVP. It'll be somebody else, and they'll use that against him as well. Best player on the Celtics couldn't even win the MVP. It's all gonna happen.
Earned it for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hell yeah, he did, but they almost gave it to Jason. Jalen thought they were going to give it to Jason. He was so happy when he got it. It's amazing. Game 5 tonight, Florida and the Rangers. I'm actually more excited for this game than I am the basketball game.
It's not even close for me.
Yeah, I'm psyched to watch this because I think
pumped.
That game in the fourth quarter, I think, will be great. I think this for 3 periods will be great.
This will be electric from the puck drop.
Agreed.
This is going to be the hype even leading up to it. MSG at its full tilt. I mean, everybody jacking up and down. That's a BvB term if you don't. It
is. I just have to put this on the screen.
What?
Did you actually just write
Who said this?
Did you actually just write that?
He's just trying to incite a riot.
Okay. Because there's no way you actually. I would need to check in on you if you actually think that that's a comment that is legitimate. Like,
no.
I would be scared. I would be scared about that.
No. It's about the hockey tonight.
Okay. Good. Yes. Hockey.
This is going to be a great hockey
insanity.
game.
Okay.
What do you think about the total?
Well,
this is hard.
3 of the 4 games have gone under.
Yes.
One anomaly 5-4 game.
Yes.
So I believe I would bet the under, but I've been really bad in hockey. I've been great in baseball. This is how I do it. I'm either awesome in one sport and horrible in the other. I'm hitting 63% of my bets in baseball, and I'm at like 42% in hockey. So I've just been way off in hockey. So I've just stopped betting it. I would bet the under, but like I bet the Oilers last night just because I thought the zigzag theory was a good play.
All right.
And at 2-0, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And then they scored 5 straight.
Right.
So I like Florida tonight.
This is great. I just clicked refresh on my odds screen, and DraftKings is minus 142 to the under 5.5.
Wow.
Caesars / William Hill is minus 145 to the under. They will not go to 5. They just won't do it.
Because it's a push potential, 3-2 final.
Right.
So why?
The most common number, obviously, in this situation is 5.
Yeah.
If it's a book where we're at, I say to you, just go P-roll. We're going to 5. The hell with it. I mean, the juice is just egregious. It's too much. But the majority of people, Butchie came on yesterday in the chat, said he needed Edmonton for body parts.
Got it.
Yeah, he's
got
fine.
it.
Yeah, if you need a body part, you can, get in the chat. Find Butchie.
I like Florida.
He'll help you up.
I'll be on Florida tonight.
Books. Every book on planet Earth is going to need the over tonight. Take that for what it's worth. They ain't moving the juice. I mean, they're just moving the juice. They're not moving a number. So they're not getting a bet on plus 120. That's what's so in the situation when you're the guy moving a number, you're in the book and nobody's taking plus 120 on anything.
Right.
Either they're off, they ain't looking, or their barter or something ain't working. Because you give a guy like one of the gangsters, the ghosts, the razor blades, the bad guys, plus 120 on almost anything.
Yeah.
With a total, they grab it. Ain't nobody grabbing it. Game's probably 3-1.
3-1.
Low scoring game. Rangers must win, right? I mean, it's a Rangers must win. They win tonight.
Yeah, go
They
home
lose
without
Saturday,
it. Yeah.
and we get a game 7 on Monday. Cancel all plans. I don't know where I'll be or what I'm at. I'll meet you something. We'll be watching that hockey game. Guarantee. I'm watching every second of the rest of this series. I've watched almost every second up to this point.
Right.
We're locked in now.
Time for Better to Book It. You guys you're asking in the chat for what prop bets I'm betting tonight, so I'll give you 2 of them. But first and foremost, Mavericks +5 tonight. Better to book it.
Go Mavs. Let's go.
Mavs. Okay, I am back on the Nas Reed point over 10.5 points.
Did this go over last time?
His points, rebounds, and assists did not. His points did. Points, rebounds, and assists did not.
Okay. So you're
He's
just
gone
going with points now?
Yeah, just dropping everything. I'm just going with points for him because I do think they're going to need him to score tonight. Because I think Cat and Ant are going to be big focal points for the defense for Dallas tonight.
Right. Just for kicks, I'll say book it.
Okay. And then I like Luka over 3.5 made threes tonight.
Bet.
So Luka,
plus money?
No, it's minus 110.
Oh, okay. Not egregious at all. That's
no,
good.
egregious at all. No, because he's got 3, 4, 5 in every game so far in this series, but he's shot 10, 11, 11, 11 attempts.
I love volume.
Yeah, he's jacking shots. Like Luka's just and tonight in a closeout situation.
He's what?
Jacking shots.
Oh, okay. Thought you said there was another word after jacking.
No, he's just jacking shots.
Jacking up shots. How about
jacking
that?
shot? No, I jack a shot. You just go ahead and say, just go ahead and boom.
Boom.
That's jacking shots. Boom. So he's gonna start chucking things out. Oh, you love the juice, you love under. Good. I like that. Thank you. That's good. I appreciate that. I like it. People say that. It's good. I hate it when you say you like my place. I much more appreciate it when you don't like my place.
Put it in the chat. Do you guys, yes, no, do you like Luka over 3.5 made threes? Yes or no? People
do you want a poll or you want to just put it up?
Do a poll. A late show poll is always welcome. Big group of people just showed up here about 20 minutes ago watching the show. It's great.
So over 3.5.
Luka over 3.5.
Yeah.
They voted big time on the duopoly. Did you see that?
What'd they say? Yes, it is 61% through the yes.
They're right.
Interesting on that. And then finally, Panthers money line minus 125.
No.
You like Rangers tonight?
I think so. Rangers win tonight. Panthers crush them on Saturday, and we get a game 7. I may be selfishly rooting for more games.
Okay.
Wouldn't surprise me at all to see Florida win this game. But I feel like this is the must win for the Rangers, which means they'll probably lose.
I can't wait to see the first period because it feels like a first period under. It feels like a 0-0 first period under. So like under 1.5 goals first period. I haven't bet that, but it feels like that's what the game's going to look like.
Oh, it's going to be electric.
Right? It's just going to be.
It's
just going to be a war.
So good. Yeah, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think this is going to be one of those games that you just like go, uh-oh, type of wars. Beat the crap out of each other for 3 periods.
I think Jack's making me wear the Ranger stuff tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That Ranger jersey you've got is pretty cool, though. I'll give you that. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's a nice jersey. I like it a lot.
It's
a good jersey.
Like that Statue of Liberty. It's great.
We'll get to the super chats comments on the other side, so stick around for that. If you guys have sent a super chat, we're going to do that for you guys here, and then we'll get the favorite thing about today in bonus time, like we always do. If you guys are watching on Sports Grid or listening on Sirius XM channel 159, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. It's a Roll Call Friday day tomorrow. Hope to see you all live in the chat to be a part of Roll Call Friday. If you're in the replay, though, we are done. If you guys are watching live on YouTube or watching live on X Twitter, we are not. You guys get bonus time. All right, let's get to Super chats today. Dave's Daily Picks. Look it up. U.S. Navy created Torre. I was a cyber detective that was deputized by the FBI. I know about this stuff. I don't want to talk about the dark web, Dave. Okay, we're on YouTube. Big business. I come to Vegas bearing gifts from Buc-ee's. I need sizes, boys. Do you know how often my daughter wears the Buc-ee's stuff that he sent to my daughter?
I can't wait.
She loves it. The Buc-ee t-shirts, the Buc-ee long sleeve t-shirts. It's good shit. Really, it's good quality shit.
I love it.
Buc-ee's is phenomenal.
All right,
Need y'all's input.
We'll get you that information, big business.
I need y'all's input to where to watch the NBA Finals.
Did you see they were talking about Buc-ee's on the DraftKings Network? Our boy Emerson.
Yeah, I did. I was like, whoa. I was like, Emerson.
I mean,
start doing come and go, Emerson. Start doing come and goes. We have to go cease and desist orders. Stanley Cup in the Stanley Cup Finals in Vegas. Where to watch it? We'll take care of you. Guys, what my Stars and my Mavs? Yes, I'm calling it. Calling what? They're gonna do the double. Okay. Stars can get there.
Oh, big business is here for the Mavs, and they're winning the series. Oh, he's going to be out of control. Oh, what's bigger for a guy like big business? What are you? If he's still here, are you watching the show? Is it Mavs win or Stars win? I don't know.
I think they want the Mavericks. Bigger fan base for the Mavericks.
Yeah, maybe.
It's Cuban. It's a bigger.
It is that all that maybe more nationally, but like in Dallas, the Stars winning. That'll be a hell of a parade. Oh boy,
I'm gonna say
be completely out of control.
I'm gonna say Mavs. And Jebbuck says need more WNBA talk post NBA NHL. Maybe I don't know. I gotta learn. I still gotta learn. I almost bet against the. I'm doing this thing where like if I were to have bet it, what would have happened?
Yep.
Rangers winning is bigger according to Big Business. So forget the Stars and forget the Mavericks. The Rangers winning.
It's Cowboys, Rangers, and then who?
Yeah. But I would have bet against the Aces last night and they won bigly and they won big. So like, okay, I'm not betting WNBA.
Bigly is not a word. You have heard you use that many times. Bigly is not a word.
You know, it's a joke, right?
Bigly?
Yeah. You just don't watch enough politics to know the joke.
No, I don't watch. I try not to watch any of it. It's getting tough to even open up the apps now. Like it's that season.
Bigley's, like Bigley's in reference to a certain former. Bigley's a word that a certain former president used to say all the time.
Oh,
so it's a joke. When I say it, it's a joke.
That explains it.
It's not intentional. It's a joke.
But you can't even scroll. Like I like to scroll and see.
I do not have tiny hands. Do not have tiny hands, Mikey. Do not.
No, he does not.
I have very big. I
almost palm a basketball.
I mean, almost palm. I can palm a basketball. Almost.
I know.
Almost.
Just trying to.
Favorite thing about today is what?
Well, one, the college softball's on all day.
Oh, nice.
Duke's leading Oklahoma right now. 1-0.
Oklahoma's that star hitter's gone, right? She's not there anymore.
Yeah, she's not. But they still got the best team, and they're the number 1 seed. So this would be a gigantic upset. And I know that my daughter, who's here, is rooting probably for Duke.
Okay.
Another part of my favorite thing about today is that Kelsey is in South Carolina, or in the process of getting to South Carolina, of which I just found out about at dinner last night with my wife alone. We're having dinner. She's like, yeah, I got to get up early and take Kelsey to the airport. And I'm like, Kelsey's going to the airport for what? Oh, she's flying to South Carolina to see her aunt and her cousins. I'm like, I'm hearing about this. What time is her flight? 6 a.m. Oh, I'm hearing about this right now, 10 o'clock at night. I tell you all the time, these people don't tell me shit. I know nothing. I'm like, great. Okay. So
that seems like something you should know.
Drive her to the airport.
That's good.
Which was fine, because my other favorite thing about today was I had a brake appointment today. At 8 a.m. I had to have my car at a brake place called Mr. Brake.
Mr. Brake.
Talk about a free ad. This is my favorite thing about today.
Okay.
I get there on my wife's recommendation. She ain't been good a lot of times with the recommendations. She says Mr. Brake is great.
You guys are not supposed to do any type of car work without talking to me first, right?
Okay.
So I can put you on the phone with Mike, and Herzing can tell you whether or not you should do the deal, do it or not.
You did that before with me. I forgot. She made the arrangements for all this.
Okay. I'm just saying, Mike can tell you what to do and don't need.
Fair. We're going to have to talk to Mike very soon because there's a lot of things. But no, the car's fine.
Okay.
I go and I meet Mr. Brake.
Okay.
Mark. He's amazing in the conversation. The two guys that work on a car, he comes out, they assess it, comes out, says you need all new brake pads. You need it's done. I'm my car's rattling like this.
Yes. Okay. Fine.
I know it's done. It's time.
Okay.
Mr. Brake is 70 years old.
Whoa.
Mark. Okay. He's been in this business at that location for 32 years. His guys have been with him for 28 and 24 years.
Like it?
I go, how did you keep these guys here this long? Like this was the most, I was in and out in 45 minutes, changed all the brake pads, did the rotors, everything. He's regimented. The guy knows how to run a business.
Okay.
So I asked him, how'd you keep these guys this long? Because it's hard to find good help. He said, I pay them very well. And I give them a 1-hour lunch away from the boss.
Fair.
He said, it works like a charm. And I was like, that's great. Well, I said, if you don't mind, I'm going to give you a little pop today on our show. We're listened to all over the country, watched all over the country. Thousands of people watched, download cities all over the place. When you come to Vegas and or if you live here, go to Mr. Brake.
For your brakes.
For your brakes.
Because you guys need brake jobs when you come to Vegas.
Hey, you never know when you're renting a car. You need something to brakes go if you're here for the weekend. Anyhow, Mr. Brake's on 3305 South Jones.
No way Naj Reed gets 11. We had 23 a 2 games ago. So I don't know how.
He was
11,
under the last game, though, right?
Point wise? No, Naj Reed.
Game 5, game 4, he was under.
Last game scored
game
6
5.
points.
Game 3, he was under points.
No, it was game. Madeline, come here.
I was on with Dane, and Dane had Naj Reed, and he finished with
11,
10.
15, 23, 14, 6. Last game was the only game he didn't get. He didn't get 11 points. I'm on over 10.5.
Okay.
What's up? What's wrong? Where's who?
Uh-oh.
The cat's
No,
gone?
we left the door open.
Oh.
But it was like open. It was just like a crack.
You guys left the door open.
No.
Left the door open.
It was like
But
closed, but
Tell her to let that dog out.
But you know how he can get out.
Where is he?
I'll go get him. Okay, I'm done in 1 minute. I'm done in 1
Joe?
second. It's okay. No, the cat's out. It's fine.
The cat's out?
Yeah. This is
The cat's all right. Don't
it's
let
fine.
the cat go.
Yeah. Well, that's just what we
Don't
do.
let the dog out.
Yeah. This is what Summer's like. Thank goodness she's going. That now my favorite thing about today, that my daughter will be going to camp next week for a week, and then she goes to Boston for a month. So like she needs they're just running rampant. These two, her and her friend who lives 6 houses down, they're both in the same grade, same class, and they run the street and they run up and down, and it's just like chaos, constant. And I don't know where she's going. She's coming in and out of the house. That's why I said to her, I go, you guys can't come in and out of the house because the dog or the cat's going to get out. And she's like, well, I left the door open a crack, and there we go. So
I feel like
cat's a
sometimes
ninja.
that's a test.
For me or the cat?
No, like they push the limits because you said don't leave the door open.
Yeah.
And then
Anyway,
it's like
then the
all
cat
right,
gets
well,
out,
you
and
know
I go,
what?
it's your fault. The cat's gone. And I go, where's the cat? The cat's gone.
Marshmallow's coming back. A huge favorite to come back.
Probably.
That
He wants
dog?
to kill. No, the dog loves life. Dog loves to be here. The cat wants to go out and kill something. That's the cat. The cat wants to go and hunt. So he wants constantly to get out. Because he was a litter of 4. 3 of them are dead. All outdoor cats, all dead. Only reason why he's alive is because he's an indoor cat. He wants to go out and kill anything he can go kill. So let me go deal with them. So that's my favorite thing about today. Roll Call Friday tomorrow, guys.
Big
We
day.
appreciate you guys for
Big
being
day.
here. We appreciate it. Big day tomorrow. We'll have a lot coming at you on a Friday. Hope to see each and every one of you in the live chat for a Roll Call Friday. Let's get, 40 or so states clicked off, a couple of countries as well coming up here for that. He's Dave. I'm Matt. Back tomorrow for BvB.
Go Mavs.